Evening, everybody. 11th of February. Love is in the air. It's Valentine's weekend, and I've got my favourite dinner date with me tonight, Mr. Gary Machin, coming up on episode 80 of Barbers. We've got a cracker, a biggie, what we call one of the biggest ones we've done so far, coming all the way. Me and Gaz are going to take you through the news bits here on episode 80, and then from USA, from Orlando, we're going to have the one and only Mr. Byrd Mena is going to be joining us here on Barbers. I'm so excited. I know Gaz is as well. And then joining Byrd is going to be the one and only Mr. Beak. It's a blockbuster tonight here on Barbers Arms in conjunction with Wahl UK and the British Barbers Association. Without further ado, love is in the air. Mr. Gary Machin.
Well, thank you, Mr. Simon Shaw, and welcome everybody to the Barbers Arms, episode 80. As you said, Valentine's week session. We've got, I don't know about you, but I've supersized you this week. Get the size of that, baby.
Well done, I'm up Bambinos. You see, Bambinos, mandando. Listen, Gary, I've got people onto this. People are saying to me, hey, listen, mate, I went out and I had a Desperado and I only had one and it completely knackered me right up. So they're big ones though, them, Gary. You'll have to be steady. If there's anybody can take it, you can take it. We've got to make sure, though, when we get over to Dubai on the 19th of we have got some Desperados to join. Guys, big one tonight. We've got Byrd Mena, who's one of the creative lead consultants at Wahl. He's been with us about a year and a half. Some of the amazing stuff you've seen over at Wahl USA. Byrd's created it, real character. But I don't know if anybody's seen his Insta when he was talking about the interview tonight. This bastard has outglassed me. His glasses are massive. So tonight, I was on a Wahl meeting with him today. I said, right, listen, calm your glasses down, tone it all down. This kid's got some fantastic wardrobe skills. So I'm hoping tonight he's going to dress to impress. Anyway, that's coming up at 8:15. How's your week been, pal?
Fantastic. Really busy. Really busy on the training side. Of course, it's National week for apprentices as well, 2022. So all week we've been doing special events all around, in and around the area and outside, and doing outside training sessions and different things and pushing the apprenticeship message. So been on to the APPG in Parliament via Zoom as usual. So yeah, we've been pushing the word with apprentices because we specialise, so that's been good.
Did you like me message today?
Yeah, I said, I looked at it. Good God, it was like War and Peace. And I thought, he's a cheeky but you must think I sit on my arm all day long.
Guys, this is all you've got to do and drink a bucket load of firewater.
I said to my mate, I haven't even go get me firewater. I've got my shots here. I've got slow gin tonight for shots. I've got some nice gin as well. Also, another factor as well, Gary, with it being Valentine's, it's motorboating week as well. So hopefully everybody's taking all the parts out and they're gonna have a really nice weekend with all that. Hello to everybody that's joined. We've got Mark Wahl and Vagabond's already in the house. Yes, Gary. Can I just say as well, one of our favourite people it was her birthday as well, Miss Jackie Julian. I know she's watching, so big kisses. We've got to sort out when we're going out for that as well. I know.
Is she related to Jackie Julian?
Yeah, I always say it like that. She likes it that way.
She done. She does. Have you spoke to her as well? Because you're like, can you remember when Lord Lucan went missing and nobody could get in touch with him? So I don't know. Have you spoke to her lately?
No, we've exchanged messages. Well, Rachel's done. She's social media, isn't she? I haven't actually spoke to her in the flesh, but we will do very soon.
And guess what? Trevor's going to get out of Australia. He's got a green card. He's ready. His bags are packed. He's planned all his trip there. We'll not discuss his diary, but he's going to have a packed. I'm going to see him in America, and then we'll see him in Dubai towards the back end of his trip. And I've got to promise, well, we've got to promise each other that we keep him out for 2 days solid.
Yeah, we'll just get that in so Sam's listening. So she won't be there to drag him out.
it's got to be like a two-day full-on board meeting where I can tell you both where you're going wrong and how we can get it better and stuff like that. So we'll do it on PS7.
Hey, we'll be putting you bed, mister.
Oh, listen, guaranteed. And Trevor always says, if he keeps up with me, it's fine. He'll be fine because of my lightweight drinking. Oh, I do apologise, everybody out there, for my lack of drinking.
Anyway, can we just quick thank you from last show? 61,001 viewers worldwide. Neves Alvarez and Emma Simmons, thank you very much for giving your time. You were great guests. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We had some really good feedback from all the guests. Keep sending us your statements. Keep asking our questions. We will try to answer them throughout the show live. So anything you want to know about the guests or about Simon and his habits and anything he does on his downtime, just let us know the questions and we will try and sort it out for you. Next week, we are doing the show live from España. We've got great guests again.
Nice. So I'll have to do the just the UK one. I'll hold the fort. We are going to try to schedule, guys, as well. We're going to try and do a show from Dubai as well.
Yeah.
So like when we're in April, guys, just after Easter, we're going to do on our first. Well, it is the first abroad trip together where we're going to film it live from Pier 7, I hope, on that beautiful view there in Dubai. Hopefully before we don't have too many drinks. You know what I'm like with fresh air.
Well, I'm not laughing at you. I've just seen Jackie's post. She's just Gary hasn't been in touch at all.
Yeah. Yes, you did. I didn't think you would have been. I'll look after you, Jackie. I sent Jackie. I'm sure. I sent her a message. I think I did send her a message on her birthday. Yeah. Just another one. Guess for Sunday lunch.
Is it a footballer?
Nope.
Is it a model?
Both been on Barbers' arms. One of them is a product distributor, and the other one has been a co-host.
Joff. Oh, Mr. Fawcett.
Richie and Xavier. So Xavier is on from Ireland in Leeds this weekend, and Richie's up. So we've been in touch, and I'm going to meet him over in Leeds for Sunday lunch on Sunday. So that could be a little bit messy as well. Early, we're meeting at Beak's, really fantastic Italian restaurant in Leeds, and with it being Valentine's weekend, they've got like one of these tribute tacks on. So I said, look, we'll get in early there, but we're in at 12, which is fantastic. So we can have a little drink on train going over from Barnsley, a couple of cans of express coffee.
Well, that leads in. You're almost a professional. That leads into our tried and tested spot where we are actually featuring the Captain Fawcett products that we were sent. So that's coming back next week. So I've got to remember to pack them away and put them in my case, and so we can get the packaging out ready for next week. So Mr. Fawcett, Richie, if you're listening, we can make sure you watch next week's show because we will be trying and testing your products. But you haven't left, have you?
Well, I've still got some of Backy and Boo's aftershave, which is really nice. Richie knows I love that one. And that's just fetched me something that might conquer some of my coffee smells. Guys, have you ever had one of those days? Let me just tell you this quickly before I get on. So I'm in an hotel that I've never stayed in before down at Kent. The usual hotel we stayed near Wahl was fully booked that evening, some filming going off. And we stayed in a place called Botany Bay. On the Tuesday night, I went to bed early, 9:30ish, and I thought the bed was rock hard. And so around about 4:30, I get up, as a shower. Thinks I'm going to leave the hotel at 6:30, get into work early. Coming down this little winding staircase, and I got to about the last 4 steps. No lights. I've got 2 bags, and bang, wallet, bushing it. Straight to the bottom of the stairs, on my head, little cut on my nose. So I get to the reception, beads of sweat off me. It says to the reception, I've just fallen down your stairs. You know, there's a switch. So you can imagine my response at 6 in the morning. I was a little bit frustrated. But the reps told me that they heard me come down the stairs because they were on the landing that I ate. And he said, did your clippers go off in your bag? Yeah, he said, all we could hear was this bang, crash wallet. Oh, and then we hear this, but we're going further and further away from the rooms. Gets to Wahl, calls up Mackie D's for 2 coffee for me and Tony. And as I sets off, I'd held them, but I looked out my window just to turn. As I turned, 2 pots of coffee all over my car. Now, with the seats were easy wipeable, but they got into the crease underneath, so it's saying, can I get rid of the smell? But Backy and Booze might help me with that one, Richie.
Well, I tell you, I did that exact same thing. You know your travel mugs. I was going out very early one morning, just put it down, and thought, oh, put that in the tray, in the cup holder before I set off. Left it on my seat, and it went straight over a full. It was a big one as well, like half-litre one or whatever it was, litre one. And my car stunk for weeks and weeks and weeks. Do you know what the best? If it does carry on smelling, you don't manage to get it all up. Bicarb soda mixed in with water, tip it in, and then soak it up. Kills all the.
I've heard that before. As you know, I've got a little red wine stain near me as well, so I might try both. I don't know what's wrong with me lately. Fucking hell, I can't hold out.
It's definitely your age.
It is. Do you want to do our Insta post talking about age and memories? No, I guess not. No, I said, do you want to do our Insta? Do you want to do our social media posts and things? But as we say, with age comes memory loss as well. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram. Gaz is the British barber. It's Simon Shaw Wahl or Barbers_arms is our Instagram accounts, and for our website it's thebarbersarms.co.uk. And if you want to email us, it is barbersarms@thebritishbarber.com. Those are our social medias. Now, Gary, this next guest, trust me, he's got massive thousands of followers over in the US. I think he's going to be a big hit over here in the UK as well. Some of the videos he's done over the last 12 months, I don't know if people have had the chance to see him, but he's going to talk about him in a short while. Now, before he comes on, Gaz, what's your chosen beers this week you're going through?
All right. So the ones I didn't send you till too late, so you couldn't get them in. We've got 3 beers today. We've got Hell's, which is, very well. We got introduced to this by our good friend, Mark Wally.
Yeah.
Good lad. Did you get all 3?
Listen, I'm a pro, so even though you're not, you leave me till the last bit hanging and drying. You order some special beers that come in from abroad, and I have to get a pigeon carrier to fetch them over to me.
Yeah, but I knew you could get these from a very, very local, large wholesaler that begins with M. So they stocked these, so I knew it wasn't too hard for you to get anyway. So we got Camden Halls. These are beers they're based in London, under the arches. 2010 they started trading. We've got a nice crisp 4.6. This one is. This is the lager. You'll like this one. You've drunk this before, I know. Yeah. So this one is, the whole point of the company is they wanted a crisp, non-pasteurized lager. So in the name, Hals and Pilsner, it's a German way of brewing. So you don't pasteurize the lager whatsoever. It takes 4 weeks from start to finish, and it's an absolutely lovely beer. 4.6, you can get it in bottles and you can get it in cans. But it's absolutely, I aren't a lager drinker, but it tastes really, really fresh. It's got a crisp, refreshing taste to it. So it's
good as well, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely. It's, like I say, it's 4 points, but you can drink this all day long. I think
you can. See, I don't know. I know Alan's coming on tonight, and I know he don't drink. I'm not sure if Bird's a drinker, really, but it's a bit early for these guys in America as well, isn't it?
Well, I suppose so. But, if I was coming on in the middle of the night or the middle of the day, I think I'd have to have one with you anyway. I couldn't hurt your feelings.
Absolutely. Gary, tell me quickly before Bird comes on, when you're in Spain, do you like a cheeky morning drink as well?
It just depends who I'm with. If we go with the lads or if we go in with just me and the missus, then I don't stop drinking all day, all night. No, but if I'm going with if we've got the family with us, I'll have a little cheeky, when you go into a nice hotel and they have champagne on ice in the morning with breakfast, and you can put orange with it if you feel it's necessary. Where I just like straight, you know, if you get not only on holiday, I wouldn't drink champagne with breakfast every day, but when you're on holiday in a nice hotel, can't beat it, can you?
No, I know. Well, your hair's looking good anyway. So you put that nice little rinse on before you get to Spain next week. Got a bit of colour to you as well. Is that sunbed or blood pressure?
It's the fake tan. You catch me every time when you see when I have my fake tan done. It must just catch me hair sometimes. So
there you
you've
go.
caught me.
There you go. Okay, I think the sorry, I normally say the car. I just pulled into the car park, right? I think the private chopper is pulled into the car park. It's just landing. And so without further ado, making his debut here on Barbers Arms. This guy's going to hopefully give us a great insight into his career, but also to the things that's happening over in the US. He's made a massive impact with Wahl in the US, and he's going to be working with me a bit closer globally. But without further ado, everybody in the UK, everybody around the world, let's meet the main man himself, Mr. Byrd Mena.
What's up? What's up? How's everything? I'm happy to be here with you guys and happy to speak to my good friends from the other side of the pond.
Byrd, you haven't disappointed. You've outclassed him fantastically today.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, and I came prepared. I came prepared just in case if he came super prepared. I have a few other pairs here. we got a few here just in case.
Well, yeah, we've been watching you closely over in the UK. You know, been looking at your profile, been watching what you're doing. For all our guests out there that don't know you as well as they should do, can you just give us a quick 2-minute bio of who you are, what you are, and where you're based now? Because I hear you've moved just recently.
Yes. So I am a licensed barber and cosmetologist in the state of Connecticut, where I'm originally from. I've been in the barber and hairdressing industry since I was like 14. I'm 29 now, so I've been going to shows for a very long time as a kid and now as an adult. I started a brand in 2015 called Sharp Fade and traveled to more than 25 plus countries around the world independently. And 2.5 years ago, almost 3, I signed with Wahl as their creative consultant and work globally. And it looked like I'm going to work in the UK soon.
So have you worked in the UK yet?
Yeah, I have been to the UK. I went to the UK a few years back to Telford for Barber Connect.
Okay.
And before I did a private tour I went to Ireland, I went to Dublin, Scotland, I went to Belfast, I went to, I'm trying to think back. Oh, Amsterdam. We went to Amsterdam. So we left around and we went around because everything's so close over there. Over here, you know, you drive, you got a 4-hour flight and you're all the way in California or something. You know, you're still in the States.
So you I mean, really well respected over there. You've traveled a lot. You've done the international thing. Just let us know what's the actual Sharp Fade. What's behind that? Is it a barbershop? Is it an academy? Is it a what is it? Yeah, explain to us, to our viewers, what it is.
So like I said, in 2015, I started Sharp Fade, and I used to live like in Connecticut, and in Connecticut we have ESPN, like the headquarters is there, you know, where the sports and stuff, right? Yep. And I was always inspired by, like, you know, dang, they have like a top 5 barbers, you know, top 10 dunks, top 5 knockouts. And I was like, how come we don't have like something like that? Back then, I was like, how come we don't do something like top 5 here in the US? Like, you know, to shine light on barbers and hairdressers. And well, in 2015, I started that. And since then, it's always been an online thing. I stopped cutting hair at 24. 28 now. So my dedication is to, I would say Sharp Fade is a community. It is a platform to highlight barbers, to help barbers find jobs across the world, to give back. And through the channel, I've, you know, connected with educators, entrepreneurs, brands, and so on and so forth. So it's just a hub, you know, and without my face on it. I mean, eventually people were like, oh, that's Byrd, and, you know, but I was never about me, you know.
Oh, fantastic. So it's more of a community hub for barbers where they can reach out and meet other barbers.
Right. So we get like tons of messages, you know, asking, you know, hey, I'm moving to this state, or I'm moving to that state. You think you can find me a job? And you know, we just make it happen for them. Like, hey, here's a barbershop that's really good, or here's a salon that's awesome, you can check out. Or, you know, when shows come around, they're like, hey, you know, you think if we provide a promo code, would you be able to share it with your email list? And, you know, I'll send them something, hey, check out this show's coming up, and help sell tickets and so on and so forth. Yeah.
I think you've already connected with a lot of people in the UK. I know you've got friendships blossoming over here as well with a lot of the barbers. So I know you rate the scene over here. I think you love the UK guys, and I know you connected with some of them, and you're going to have the Wahl creative lead on joining you shortly. Your good friend Alan Beak's going to be joining you in Barbers Arms. So guys, stay tuned for that one. So Byrd, what we do on Barbers Arms is we give him the viewers an insight into Byrd Mena. So we're going to ask you some questions about your career. We'll finish off with some quick fire questions just to get a bit of personality. And I'm sure at some point we'll have you back as a host here on Barbers Arms, where you can take the chair and do some interviews with people as well, if you're interested.
Let's make it happen. I'm down 100%.
Hey, so my first question to you is, and I'm sure it's anybody who's watched any of the Wahl US videos over the last 2 years, the creative direction that Byrd's taken us in is, what's your thought process when we say, right, we want to launch a product like a legend? How do you come up with the thought process of putting a video together? Where do you go for your inspiration? What's the plan?
So I get a lot of inspiration from outside of our world, you know. So when I first signed with Wahl, one of the first tasks was to do a tour, and you know, I felt like it would be good to do something that was different, you know, to spark it up, you know, to spark the brand up, to give, you know, a little bit of, I would say, hype. I don't really like to use the word hype, but I would say to bring up some great content for social media that was more based around community. So, I mean, when it comes to inspiration, I get it from art. You know, I look at other niches. As an example, I'll look at the gaming industry and look at how PlayStation, which is Sony, and Microsoft battle it out to see how they sell and the way they market their products. I also look at like Apple and Samsung and the way they market their products. And I really tried to understand like all these different buckets of marketing and especially nowadays, and using social media correctly. So I tried to like dissect everything from different niches and different brands and then bring it into our world. That's how like my mind thinks.
Nice.
So do you think you're you know, staying true to being a barber, and how much barbering do you do now? Are you more of a marketeer now than a barber, or how would you describe yourself now? You know, on proportion of creativity, you know, inventing for brands and the branding, or actually working within the industry? How much do you do, you know, percent now?
So I'm a barber at heart. I mean, I think once you're a barber, you're a barber forever, you know. Even though I did cosmetology as well, I started everything as a barber. So as of now, lately, I haven't really been doing any type of barbering. Everything is just mental, you know. But I really I like this, you know. This is the realm, and I position myself to be here, and this is what I really want to do, and elevate our industry, you know, and learn. I'm always here to learn from people who have been in the industry longer, or people that are in it newer. Sometimes the new people bring a lot, you know. So the last haircuts I've given were to my little brothers. So shout out to the little brothers. They're 9 and 10.
Oh, nice. Keeping it fresh. Byrd, when you're going into things like a big show, or you're going to do a big when it comes to the day of the video shoot, Do you have any superstitions? Is there anything that you think, I've got to wear this shirt, or I've got to drive this way, or I've got to use this airline, or I've got to, do you have any superstitions that, or rituals that you use on a basis when you're doing something big?
Like, can you go into detail? Like give me an example.
Like for good luck, you think, right, so if I'm doing Salon International, there's a certain day that I'll drive in. There's a certain way what I do before I actually go into the exhibition.
Oh, okay.
So I get there, you know, we're setting up on the Wednesdays. The show's going to start Saturday. But before I actually go into the exhibition hall, I'll check into the hotel and I'll line all my clothes up, day clothes, night clothes, all the shoes. When I know that room's ready, I move on to the next. And I've done that for years and years. I've got to my hotel first, and it's a superstition. Do you have any things like that?
Yeah, I do. You know, that's such a good question because I never really thought about it. You know, now that you're saying it, I actually do have like this like routine that I do. You know, when I go to the shows, the first thing that I like to do is, because we usually get there earlier. So for the people that don't know, like when you're working a show, you usually get there a few days before. So you kind of get to see the setup and stuff, right? Yeah. So those times of setup, I like, those are like my time right there. I literally use that time to like break ice and meet everybody. So, you know, let's say the show is on Sunday and today's Saturday and there are people setting up. I usually go there that day, you know. I would just wear however, hey, and just walk from booth to booth or trade like section to section and just meet everybody. Hey, what's up? I'm gonna be the host of the show tomorrow. What is your brand about? Oh, nice to meet you. And it kind of just eases out the fact that when I am on the stage hosting or educating, whatever it is, I feel like I already met everybody. So it's like, hey, you know, I feel so much more comfortable. So I usually do that for sure.
I think Bird, when we do shows or when you go to a show, I think when you've done so many as well, it's a community, isn't it? You know, it's a community that, you know, you see the same people there, not always the same people, but you see a lot of people. I mean, we travel from the UK and we do shows in Dubai, North America, you know, all over the world, but you still seem to bump into some of the same people. And even if you don't see them for 2-3 years, it's still a community, isn't it? You know, you've done and said that you know you've done a lot of shows all over the world. How do they compare to each other? Which is your favourite show? And you know, we've done a lot of shows in North America. You know, Vegas, Orlando, California, Chicago, all these, you know, Edmonton, you know, Toronto, all these shows
all over.
Yeah. So we've done all these shows, and you've done shows internationally as well. Right. How do they, you know, the international shows stand up to the American shows or the North American shows? You know, which is your favorite show?
So if I had to say my favorite show, you know, I'm very into like the artistic. So for me, as a person that owns a brand that's about community, I try to tap into all the different realms, right? So like, you know, I love traditional barbering, you know, I love modern barbering and hairdressing, like men's hairdressing. I love urban barbering because I come from that. I come from urban barbering. And at the end of the day, hair is hair. Like, you know, we're all touching hair, we're all cutting hair, we're all somehow fit into this industry. So, but if I had to pick the realm that I really love and a show that I love is, there's two shows that come to mind. One is in the Canary Islands. It's called Live Fashion Hair. It's a mainly hairdressing show, I would say. But I was there like a few years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago, and it's so insane because I just love the fact that they mix fashion into it, you know, like hair and fashion and runway and collections. That's like, I love that realm, you know. And then if I had to say another show, which is probably the craziest show I've done, it's called Barber Day, and it's in Brazil. And it is in a theater with like 10,000 people and just one educator right in the center. Yes. And I've done that show like 4 or 5 times, and it's probably the most insane show I've ever been to. It's crazy.
So I love shows like that as well. There's one over in Greece that happens, and it's small, but again, predominantly more hairdressing. Because I think, like here in the UK, up to probably 8-9 years ago, before Barber Blade started Barber Connect down in Wales and Celtic, then Telford, it was all hairdressing shows, and then there were barbers within the hairdressing show. So they are quirky. Another question I want to ask you: you're very hectic. And I think you felt today when we were on that meeting, we're on the same, like, when you were talking, I was like, yes, I like it. And when you get it, we know we're going to drop some shit. What do you do to relax? What's the thing that would make Byrd Mena switch off? What would you like? What do you do to relax?
You know, that's also, you have some really good questions, Simon. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You have some good questions. And Gary's mustache, I can't stop looking at it. So as you can tell, I'm very, like, you know, always energetic, always going. You know, I have a board, I have 2 whiteboards, and I'm just writing things down that I need to get done and how I can do it, and always active, brain's always active. So I like to go, I know it might sound like kind of strange, but I just go on walks. You know, I just go on walks, and I look at, like, the sky, and I look at the day, and it's a beautiful day, and I just try to do things like that. Or I would, like, read, like, articles about, like, art stuff and things outside of hair. But it always somehow, like, ends up being you know, kind of brought back to work, because, like, it'll be reading something about fashion and just, like, relaxing. But I don't really do, like, I don't play video games. I don't really drink alcohol. I'm drinking some water with you guys. But on the wall cup right there. Yeah, to relax, it's just, I go on drives, you know, and I enjoy traveling. You know, that's probably my relaxation. So I've moved from Connecticut, which is cold, to Los Angeles, and I lived in Los Angeles for like a 1.5 years. Then I moved to Texas and stood there for 2 years, and now I'm in Orlando. So
Nice.
So Orlando, that was going to be my next question. For your type of work now, you know, when you're building a brand like that, and it's a community, it's all social media based, is it important where you live, or is it just because you like the place, or do you actually move to network as well? What's the passion behind where you live, or where you need to be? Is it just purely where you want to live, or do you just like a change?
no, I do like the change, and I try to be very strategic with everything that I do. So of course, like, wherever I move, I try to, you know, network. I would say I love to network and see how I can build relationships with good people, and see how you know, it could be something collaborative at the end of the day. But yeah, as far as moving, I did LA because I come from a small place in Connecticut, very I would say urban, and, you know, not much happening there. And, you know, it's just like a big dream. It's kind of like, maybe, I don't know if you're in a small town in UK, maybe the big dream is London, probably, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
But my big dream was like, hey, let's go to California. You know, it was either New York or California. And I'm like, I don't like New York that much because it's so busy. Let me go to California.
New York's busy, and it's abrupt. It's people are just pushing about and just like,
it's hectic, man. It's hectic.
What? And you don't think LA's hectic with the traffic there? That's...
Well, I'm not there anymore for some reasons.
Hey, no, listen, we'll have to set some up for premiere in Orlando. That's going to be an hectic week. I think it could be a good week, even though you don't drink.
No, I'll have a beer with you guys, though. You know, it's not that I'll have a beer or something.
I'm not a big drinker like Gary. He takes it to the extreme, but I'm just a social drinker. Just while Gaz is getting his next beer ready, quick one then. But what's the worst fears that you have? What's the one thing that you fear in life?
Oh, damn. A fear? I mean, it's just, I think what everybody else fears, you know, like family stuff. You know, like I just want to make sure that I enjoy the most I can with family. And sometimes it's difficult where, you know, I'm traveling, you know, obviously right now there's not a lot of travels, but I travel a lot. I don't live that close to all of my family. So like, I just fear of not, you know, being there as much as I can. You know, I have 2 little brothers and I want to be there all the time, but it's kind of like I have to work so then I could hopefully, you know, give them a job in the future and stuff like that. So just fear of not using my time correctly, I would say.
Nice answer.
I think from your young years, I think you're fitting in plenty at the moment, mate. Anyway, you do some things right. Anyway, just while we talk about beer, and I have to do this because it's my job. We're just on our next beer, which is Camden Beers. Again, this is a pale ale. This will interest you because this is a pale ale that this London brewery have actually bought. They bought out. They started brewing this in 2010, but they took their lead, if you like, from the craft beers from in the States. So this has come. It's like the States meets London for a pale ale. The shout is to meet in London style, if you like. So this one's a 4.0, so it's quite easy drink. It's a golden beer, and this is our second beer of the night. Have you got this one, Simon?
Yes, I'm just gonna pour it. Just slow me down a little bit. I've got a job.
So good health, everybody. So
Good health.
Little toast to our American cousins. This one.
Yes.
American beats London.
Well,
cheers.
Enjoying his guilty pleasure. What is your guilty pleasure? What's the one thing that you love to indulge into? What's the guilty pleasure that Byrd Mena has?
I like to shop.
Same here.
I like to shop, and I just be like, all right, I don't need that right now. So glasses, I love glasses. So when you told me that this morning, I was like, oh man, you know, I'm like, here, I got some loved ones right here. These are actually, I think 24 karat, and they're just like some love vibes, you know.
It's Valentine's weekend.
That's got to be a Beatle, you know, a homage to the Beatles. Those glasses. Then they've got to be Lennons. They have. I'm sure.
Yeah, some Lennon, some Elton John vibes. We have all of it.
When you come over to the UK, I'm going to take you to a place. If we go the north of England, it's called the Shade Station, and they have some unbelievable glasses in there. Some like, you know, they're like $2,000 glasses, just one-offs. And a lot of the celebrities go there, people order them, and there's some real different stuff in there. It's nice there, because every time I go in, I tend to go in before a big exhibition thinking, it's going to get one new pair.
Right. That's exactly
like 2 pairs. It's like, I can't not get them without getting them. So yeah, that's pretty similar guilty pleasure. I think, Gary, we're ready to get our second guest. And instead of what you'd normally see on Barbers Arms is one guest finishes, we fetch the next guest on, but we've got some nice announcements here for Wahl here on Barbers Arms. Some of the things that's going to be happening later in 2022. We've got a nice collaboration over in the States. We've got 5 going out for the ABS show, which I'm sure you'll be there, Byrd. 5's been with the brand 15 years now. And we've got Alan Beak, who's going to be joining us right here very shortly on Barbers Arms, and he's going to be working out in Connecticut with Byrd and myself later this year. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, Simon Shaw Wahl. We've got Gary as the British Barber, and then Barbers_Arms is our Instagram account. Website is thebarbersarms.co.uk, and if you want to email us, it's the barbersarms@thebritishbarber.com. Byrd Mena, it's all his socials will be coming up right now on your screen, so give Byrd a follow. I'm sure you'll see how many followers he's got. Have a look at some of his videos. Have a look at what's happening at Sharp Fade, and you can see all the interesting stuff that Byrd's doing. Byrd, we finish off on the visitors with some quick fire questions to get a little bit of bit more knowledge about you for our viewers and guests. But I think we'll all agree on Barbers Arms with your role at Wahl and how long you've been with us now, and some of the stuff. From time to time, we have different guests to come on and do guest hosts when I'm not doing it. They join in with Gaz, and then when Gaz is not here as well, because he's got a lot of holiday homes all across the Europe. He's an international jet setter. He goes off to his holiday homes, and we need guest presenters coming on. So I think you could be fantastic as the new Jay Leno of the Barbers' Arms.
Yes, count on me. Count on me.
Here we go. Some quick fire questions for Byrd Mena. Byrd, what's your favorite food?
Oh, let's go with pizza, even though it's unhealthy right now.
What's your favorite drink?
Iced matcha tea latte. My girlfriend put me onto it. A matcha tea. A matcha tea. Are you talking about like an actual alcohol drink?
Yeah.
Oh, alcohol drink. I don't really drink much. Let's go with. I know this is gonna be funny, but a Long Island iced tea. It's the strongest one, but it tastes good. You can't taste the alcohol.
I like that. Once had a really horrific afternoon on a cruise drinking Long Island tea, because it's like drinking just like a soda. And
yeah.
It's like, I had about 11, and I didn't surface for 2 days. Done. What's your favorite destination?
Favorite destination? I would say Spain. I love Spain. It's one of my favorite countries to visit.
Gary's got an house in Spain, and I've had one in Spain. So Gary's going out there next Thursday. So if you join us on Barbers' Arms next Wednesday, Gary will be in Barbers' Arms from his massive villa in Spain.
Ooh, I'm there. I'm going to visit you.
You come over, buddy, anytime.
He don't invite he's tight like that. He just sits around pool looking at old birds. What's your favorite music?
Oh, I like classic music. My father's in his 70s, so I like a little bit of everything. You know, I like the Beatles, I like Bee Gees, I like Three Dog Night, I like hip hop, of course. I like Spanish hip hop, I like jazz. So I think I like everything. I'm sorry on that one.
You know, one of my favorite albums is the Bee Gees' One Night. It's absolutely One Night in Concert. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the intro music to that one. To do all the above. Go on, sorry, Gary.
Do you know what? When you said that, Byrd, when you said I like classical, I thought you were going to say Mozart and stuff like that. Then when you.
Oh no, not that classic. That's very classic. No, I like Motown. I like rock. I kind of like everything. That helps me with my work because I know so many different types of music. So yeah, everything.
And who would be your ideal dinner date? You can fetch somebody back from the past. You can have somebody in the future. This is not a romantic. It can either be romantic or it could be from a business. Who would you like to have 1.5 hours with, having a dinner? Who would you like sat in front of you?
Oh, that's a good one. Dang, right in front of me. Who can I? Does it have to be someone I know in person already?
No. Anybody in the world. You could just pick somebody from the past. It could be Elvis Presley. It could be anybody. Oh. Somebody who you'd like to have a dinner date with.
Probably like Steve Jobs or like Elon Musk or Gary V, like these motivation people, like, people that entrepreneurs, maybe an entrepreneur.
Okay.
If it's to have fun, I would say something else, but.
Now, guys, everybody who's watching, Byrd Mena's joining us in the house, the Wahl creative consultant, and the guy who's the brains behind the Sharp Fade Revolution, and the new breed, the leader of the new breed of barbers across the globe. Fantastic innovator in what he's done. He's here on Barbers' Arms. He's going nowhere because he's going to be joined by Alan Beak in a very short while. But Byrd Mena's been on Barbers' Arms as we finish off. He's having his favourite food, which is a pizza. He's doing all this drinking a beautiful Long Island iced tea, a little low on the alcohol. He's doing all this in his favourite destination, which is Spain. And he's doing it listening to the classic Bee Gees, How Deep Is Your Love? With it being Valentine's weekend. And he's doing all this with the very late Steve Jobs. Byrd Mena, you've been a fantastic guest here on Barbers' Arms. You're going nowhere, so stay where you are. Gary, do you want to do the honours?
What, to introduce our next guest?
Yeah.
Is he ready? Is he in the house?
He's all ready.
He's here. Are we there? Mr. Alan Beak, all the way back from, I think he's in Oldham still, but he might be in Manchester, depending on what he's doing at the moment. But Mr. Alan Beak, he is creative director for Wahl UK. He's here in the house. with Byrd Mena all the way from Orlando. Are you with us, sir? Can you hear us?
I am certainly right here, right now. How are you guys doing? I can hear you.
Very
Can you hear
well.
me?
We can hear you. You're loud and
Your bar looks very nice.
Give me a moment.
Keep freezing.
Should we try it again?
Yeah, look, you look all right now. Are you okay?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
You can hear me?
I
Yeah.
think he's at the bar down the street with bad Wi-Fi. That's why I didn't go in that one.
Can you hear us?
And let me try and get in again.
Just while Alan's sorting out his next week coming up, guys, we've got a great show for you that's going to be joining us. And it is definitely next Friday. The show is next Friday. I got the dates from there. But we've got Michael Levine joining us from Canada. Is that Gary?
Yeah, Michael Levine. And we've also got
Janine Hawkins.
Janine Hawkins from Project Men, haven't we? One of your guys. So, yeah, he's an educator, full proprietor, Michael is. So, really excited to see his take on the industry at the moment. Are you with us again now, Alan?
I'm there now. Can you see me and hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Simon, Gary, how are you guys?
Very well. Are you, mate?
Bird, lovely to see you.
Always, always.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, mate. It's a pleasure.
So, Alan, we've had you on the show before. We've all each other. We're all friends in this room tonight. We're all friends in the Barbers' Arms. We've worked together. We've drank together. Just quickly, just for the people that didn't perhaps see you on the last episode that you were on when we interviewed you before. Can you introduce yourself? Give us a quick 2-minute bio of who you are, what you are, and where you are, sir.
So I'm based in Manchester. I co-own a brand called Ruger. I've been working in the industry since I was 12 years old, which is 24 years. I've been cutting hair for 15 years. I've worked with Wahl for probably, Simon, about 5-6 years?
Yeah, about 5 years.
I saw a little twinkle in Simon's eye when he was watching me on stage at the show in Manchester, Pro Hair Live. He was watching me. He was eyeing me up. I think he was checking my bum out on stage and said, you know what? I'm going to have a little squeeze of that when he gets off there.
I'm only human.
He's only human. You know, no one can blame you. I think he actually did squeeze my bum and said, you know what? Me and you need to have a talk, cock. And I said, right, let's do it. And that was it. That was the start of a beautiful relationship. I've obviously traveled all around the world, educating, performing on stage. We have our own product company, which does really well. We sell that globally. And do you know what? I'm just having a good time while I do it. I think my whole ethos on this industry alone is to network, to create good friends, to create good relationships, good connections. And that's exactly what we're doing. And do you know what? You know, success is completely subjective to everybody. And, you know, if everything was to stop right now, I'd be completely happy because of the people that I've met, the friends I've got, and obviously the way that the industry has evolved. We wanted more than anything for this industry to evolve to the point where it has as much recognition as hairdressers. We get paid as equal amounts and we get as much respect. And I think we've reached that point, gents. I think we've got there.
I think one thing that's nice tonight is, and I'm going to speak to you both, is, but since we interviewed you last time, Alan, signing your new contract with Wahl as creative lead, and Byrd, your creative lead over there, and you know, both of you are making a nice impact, especially, you know, what you've done, Byrd. But Alan, you know, looking at Barber Evo, it's like a Wahl magazine this month. Your DPS is in there, Michael.
Yeah.
You know, me and Byrd had a supercharged meeting, like electric today, when we had a meeting about some of the ideas we've got globally. And obviously we spoke about you. I don't know if your ears were burning or your ass were burning. But just before we go in, we've spoke with Byrd. Just tell everybody as well, how's your new role fitted in at Wahl? Since you signed that contract, you got that bit more responsibility. You've been quite busy with it. You know, I think every barber in the world, Byrd, they look superb. Every barber in the world would probably love to be doing my job, but also to get in the position that you're in now with the leading brand in the world. How's it working for you? Just tell everybody, what's it feel like?
Was that question for Alan?
Yes, and then we're going to put the same question to you, but
okay.
Honestly, like I think everybody in the entire world, I think everybody in the world would love to have this position, and I'm extremely lucky to have it, and I have worked extremely hard to get to that. Now, as much as many people would want it, are they as committed? Are they as loyal? And are they as hardworking as me? And that was the point of me getting it, because I don't think there is anyone that works as hard, someone who's had as much patience and persistence and perseverance and loyal to the brand. I've never stayed away from it. So this new role for me is a dream come true. Very, very cheesy, but I don't care. Like it's exactly what I've always wanted to be doing. I've wanted to be representing a brand that I completely believe in. And, obviously we've done our first 5 months. Obviously everything had to be cleared through Simon and through Chris. And, every time that I sent something over, just to get that nod, just to get that confirmation, yes, we like it. Like I feel like I fell into place and they're doing that job because I'm enjoying it so much. So as for if you're doing something for a living that you enjoy, then you never work a day in your life. When I'm doing the creative things with Wahl, it's just being creative. It's just expressing myself creatively. It's to make sure that we're providing the right tools to people to help them grow and develop as individuals and as teams. Now, the feedback that we've got from the first 5 months was absolutely phenomenal, and it helped a lot of people. And for them to come back to me and say, look, everything that you said about the tool was right. You've never been biased. You've always been completely impartial. You've been honest. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be completely honest. I wanted to show that is what I plan to keep doing, just to keep educating, showing people the capacity and the ability of what Wahl tools can do. And I'm very committed to the cause. So that's it. I'm in.
And I think you've just spoke there about exactly what we wanted to do. I remember Alan saying to me, other brands had had sent products to him, and he delved into it maybe 7-8 years ago, and he had to send the products back and said, listen, stop sending stuff. It's not true. I'm not using your products when there's no cameras, there's no lights, there's no showtime. Me doing my clients every week, the bread and butter at Ruger, I use Wahl products. And for me, when I heard that as well, that's a natural synergy. Byrd, we're going to come over to you now because we've got a big thing happening that all three of us are going to be involved in. Just before we start, I'd like to thank Danny Robinson for supplying my wardrobe tonight. Byrd, we're going to be working in Connecticut later this year. Alan's coming over to work with you guys on the show and to really beef up the attack of Wahl. Things we've spoke about today. It's looking bright. Tell us a bit about what's going to be happening in Connecticut with you two.
Oh man, first and foremost, when I found out that Alan was coming over, I was like super excited. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. So I mean, if you haven't been to the Connecticut show, it's one of our biggest barber shows in the US, probably around one of the biggest in the world, like just dedicated to barbers. It has a lot of barbers, probably like 15,000, 20,000 barbers. And I mean, I don't want to really spoil what we have in store for everybody, but it will be an amazing show. The education that Wahl will be bringing to the table at the show will be obviously amazing. And if you guys are going to be at the Connecticut Barber Expo, make sure you come by, meet Alan, meet myself, come meet Simon, and maybe we get Gary out of Spain to come as well.
Byrd, listen, Gary, you need to come because Alan doesn't drink. Byrd drinks only a Long Island iced tea with an umbrella like Del Boy. I'm going to be sat there on my jack, so Gary needs to come to keep me company when you two go to bed about like 7:30 with a diazepam just to get to sleep early. These youngsters can't keep up with me, guys.
Yeah, but you go bed at 10 o'clock as well, though.
Well, it's not 8 o'clock, is it? At least I've had a bucket full before I go to bed.
I'll come with moral support for you, no problem. Alan, stuff going on all over the world. You're internationally renowned, as we know. Tell us about what's happening close to home. I hear you're moving house.
So
you're moving into central Manchester, aren't we?
So we've moved into central Manchester. We have a shop on Deansgate right now, which is a part of a bar called 186. The concept behind 186 is like that of a 1930s prohibition kind of hidden bar. So you would walk very, very similar to like a blind barber in New York. You walk downstairs, you go into this, made it ultra contemporary. So it's all stainless steel, concrete mirrors, and really, really cool lighting. We've had it like the interior designer, we've had it designed so well. And then in a big glass door, you go through and there's this really like hustling cocktail bar called 186. We collaborated with the owners of 186. We made it there. And we just bought this we just bought like an old mill building. And I've spent the last 8 weeks, actual blood, like lots and lots of blood, lots of sweat, lots of tears, lots of debt, everything that you can imagine. But this building is going to be like our headquarters. It's going to be our holy grail. It has an apartment. It has a warehouse building for our product company. It has a co-working space, which is like hot desking, a coffee shop, a coffee terrace, and then a 1,200 square foot barbershop on the bottom floor. So it's over 3 stories and 2 separate buildings. It's massive and it's a huge renovation. I'm way out my depth.
Well, you got to take risks to make it happen. That's fire.
In more debt than I could ever even imagine. Got it. No risk, no reward. But do you know what? I like doing that project management side of things. Like I know more now than I did 9 weeks ago, and the growth that I've had and obviously the self-development that I've had. Now, if any of you guys need anything building, I've got a good building control guy. He only charges £1,000 a visit, but not that I'm complaining. But it's been a very, very tough learning curve. But this will be like the mecca of all barbering in the UK, and I can't wait to invite everyone there.
So when does this open? When are you planning for the big opening then, mate?
So we move over there in 2 weeks. We're going to be cutting hair in the coffee shop and the product company building. So we've kind of like done. When I say it just doesn't have furniture in there yet, but we're almost done. The barbershop is taking one open space. We have to go through 12 courses of brick, which is phenomenal. So we've got 14 5-foot steels that need to go in to support the building. So that's just taking longer than planned. But the second that we're through, we can then do the barbershop. But we have areas, spaces that we can cut hair in. The apartment above the entire building will be ready in a few weeks, so we can cut hair in there. We'll just make it look like it's a 3-tier barbershop. And then when the time's right, we'll all move into the barbershop and we can add furniture. We can add the coffee tables. It already looks like our shop already looks like a coffee shop anyway. So as soon as we move over there, we'll have spaces. As long as we can earn money and pay the builders and keep paying for all the work to be done, then we're fine.
Well, hopefully,
you got a pair of tools, some tools, the right tools, obviously.
So we're hopefully that's going to be ready by October, because we're going to have Bird coming over for Salon International, and we're going to do like a mini tour as well. So I'm sure you'll be joining us on some of that, Al. But it'd be nice to come up to the new Ruger building as well and have a Byrd Mena, an evening with Byrd Mena here in Oldham. It's never been done before. We'll make history in Oldham.
Never been done. We'll make history.
We're on it. we're in.
Well, the thing is with the Manchester location as well, like it's set in it's got two parts to the cocktail bar. So one of the parts has a big stage. It has all booths around. We can easily turn that into an educational show. We'll do our evening with Byrd and Alan in that arena.
So I've got a quick question, and to both of you. I'm going to come to you first, Byrd, and then Alan, the same question will come over to you. Byrd, before we leave both of you, Byrd, what's your prediction for you, the brand, for 2022? Same question to you, Al. Where do you see this going in 2022? Where are we going to?
Oh man, the prediction is global.
Global,
Just one
honestly.
word.
What's
The
the other
first
part
thing-
of that, Byrd?
first thing-
What's the part of it?
Say what? Sorry.
What's the full saying, Alan?
We're not local, we're global.
We're global. We're not local. We're global.
Yeah.
100%. I think we're gonna have a lot of surprises in store for everybody. So no matter where you are in the world,
Yeah.
we might be near you at some point in time. So stay tuned. It's gonna be amazing.
And my answer was going to be exactly the same. The fact that we're going to be banging heads together, spending some time together in Connecticut. I'm going to be traveling around with Byrd. We're going to be doing some things. We're going to be banging heads. Next thing we need to add other countries in there. It's going to be a case of, look at the G8 summits that the world leaders have. All the leaders of Wahl, we're going to get together. We're going to take over the world.
Can't wait.
Cheers.
All I've got to do, guys, is just sit back, get them all in place, and just keep them all in line. That's easy. Bird's going to do the creative stuff for me globally. We're going to we've had a meeting today. It's just like I've got a great job working with these guys. Can you believe it? It's just like I have to pinch myself. Alan, I have to say, when Byrd did a post yesterday, my local mates, none to do with barbering or hairdressing, my phone and said, "Listen, this Yank's coming on tomorrow. He's got fucking bigger glasses than you have."
Where did you have to go into your cupboard and into your drawer and fit right? Which are the biggest ones I can find?
He's so prepared. He spent about 6 shades with him tonight.
Oh no!
I had to say to him, I've got a big collection. But hey, listen, both of you, from my point of view, before I pass on to Gaz, Byrd, been a long time coming for you to get on Barbers Arms, mate. And you've done some amazing work for the brand the last 2 years. I cannot now wait to get you part of that elite, what we're going to work on. And, I just can't wait to work with you more. But thank you for being on Barbers Arms tonight. I'm sure you'll be back as an host at some point coming up in the near future when Gaz is off to one of his many homes, or I'm too busy with work just to do this, Gaz, of course. Al, amazing so far. Some of the stuff you're pumping out is absolutely fantastic. Everybody at Wahl's delighted with what you're doing. The synergy, the work, we get it. You get us, we get you. It's fantastic. You, Mark Macabase, like the cuts, all of that stuff happening really well. So we're really pleased for you all. Hope you both have a fantastic Valentine's weekend. I'll pass you over to Gaz.
Gentlemen,
Sure
it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the arms. Hopefully we'll do it in person very, very soon. Byrd, we'd love to have you over. As you know, we'll meet up in October, I'm sure, but I'm sure we'll see you in North America before then. We've got lots and lots of opportunities to get over there. So we'll hopefully see you somewhere soon. Or
For
somewhere.
sure.
Okay,
100%. You can count on me. I'm here, and if you ever need a guest host, I'm here to help you. If you're stuck in Marbella, somewhere in Spain or something, let's make it happen. Hey, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Alan, it was a pleasure seeing you. Simon,
always
Gary.
good.
My main goal is to keep in stock my glasses, always go shopping with Simon, and grow a mustache like Gary by the next one.
Excellent. Alan, have a great weekend, mate. Byrd, I've sent you a message. We'll maybe connect later tonight or over the weekend. But guys, thank you very much for being on Barbers Arms. Ladies and
Thank you so much, guys.
And Alan Beak.
Take care, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
Well, Gary, that has been... Whoa. You okay?
Yeah. Did you just fall off? Did you fall off your stool, or did you drop
No. Cameraman just dropped everything down on top of me. That's been one of the quickest 70 minutes I've ever had.
I know. It's, I mean, really, really I mean, Byrd, he's got some energy, that boy. But have you, if anybody out there doesn't know Byrd, get on his Instagram page and look at his social media. He is one cool guy. When you look at his wardrobe, not only his glasses, he looks quite, you know, subdued tonight from his style wise.
Like a pop star.
Unbelievable.
And
you know, Alan as well, you know, gone from strength to strength. I think getting the contract with, I don't think he actually had his promotion, did he? He won his position last time we were with him. I think he was just part of the team.
So yeah, it's all new to him. So, well, it's not new to him now, but new to him on this one. So I thought we wanted to interview Byrd tonight, but I thought getting them both on, doing a similar position in each country, but obviously doing completely different roles as well. You know, Alan's doing a lot of content in terms of cuts and videos and direction, where Byrd's doing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, a lot of video direction, a lot of where the show should look. So
do you know what though? It doesn't seem 2 minutes. I mean, you were in your old premises. I can remember it because they signed together, didn't they? Him and his brother, Reese.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember the post. You know, sitting down like footballers at the desk, signing the contract.
Yeah, I used to love that photo. We used to sign Barbers up in the old boardroom with the trophy cabinets behind us. Yeah, it used to be an iconic look. That anybody who's got a photograph of being an ambassador or a Wahl artistic team member, then you need to keep them photographs because that is no longer there. What's your last beer of the evening?
We've got our last beer is the off-menu IPA. Now, I've actually poured this earlier because we were talking so much, so I've actually poured this. You can see it's a bit more cloudy than the one we had before, and this is called off-menu, and this is more of a West Coast IPA. This is the last one was a pale, and this is an IPA, but it's you'd like this. It's quite fruity. It's the West Coast one, but it's 4.8. This one, it's absolutely. Look, I think this is the favourite of the night. When you get to it tonight, when we finish, we might have a little hour after. And we've got. We haven't had a shot yet. Have you got any shot material there?
No, not tonight, thank you. I've got a really busy weekend. I'm out tomorrow night for a meal. I'm out on Sunday afternoon with Xavier and Richie for a meal.
Hey, hang on. Where do you think I'm going tomorrow morning? Pictures?
No, but I have to I'm not like you. I'm not a machine. I'm a broken down old machine. So if I don't look after the temple, it's Temple of Doom. And I've got a busy week. Good health to you.
To the regiment.
What you should do if you're a real man and you're taking one for a team, you should do two. One for you and one for me. All the viewers are saying, yes, Gaz helps I out here. He helps you out every week with his interviewing skills and carried you for the last 79 shows. Least you could do is take a shot for Simon. There you go. What a man. Guys, don't forget it's Valentine's weekend, so make sure you look after your loved one. Making sure that you've got the chocolates and the Valentine's roses ready. Have you noticed how expensive, this is showing me age, have you noticed how expensive everything goes up for Valentine's? Fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I'm not being funny or anything, but have you seen how everything generally has gone up? Rachel's had, the barmaid's had her Valentine's Day present tonight. She's had a new tyre on a car. 80 quid! 80 quid for a tyre on a car.
No, stop being macho. I don't believe for 1 minute that you're going to get away with giving her a Valentine's present as a tyre. When you give her tyres a day anyway, so you're not going to give her away with a tyre. Stop with your fannying. Guys, 80 shows, 80 episodes. What a milestone. 9.2 million views so far, 80 episodes. Who would have thought all this when we started this back in April 2020, just as we started the first lockdown? Lots of positive comments tonight coming in. Andrea Stavros, for the vice president of, the vice chair of the fellowship, saying Byrd Mena's talking his language. Rick Roberts is sending us messages in. Everybody's enjoyed it so far tonight, all our favourite guests as well. are on there, and the thousands that view this whenever it's your time. We come to know this. Some of my training that I do when I'm doing virtual training with people called Behind the Scenes is don't look at the live views, it's look at the views within 7 days of your show. And I've learned this through Barbers Arms, is that people have rituals. They don't want to watch it tonight because there's things happening. People are back late from work, but they might have that Sunday morning with a coffee and a bacon sandwich before things. It's just their time, and they're like, I'm going to watch Barbers Arms, see what's happening. We hope you've enjoyed episode 80, and I'm sure this year we'll get back through that century and maybe 10 million views, which, you know, our production team, Trevor over in Australia, and Jackie will start this off, but particularly Trevor, who works tirelessly, getting up really early hours in Australia to make this happen. We can't wait to see you over in America and Dubai, me and Gaz in April. But it's going to be great. It's just been a fantastic journey, the 80s. I'll tell you what, Gaz, I was thinking today. Last year, I think we were all, my spirit was broken a little bit with the lockdown, not doing what you do. So I feel a lot different when I'm speaking. I think I could deal with a lot of the bad news that we had last year. But I was just looking back at some of the episodes, and some of the episodes where I struggled to talk on some of them because of, you know, bereavements with friends and bereavements with family and illnesses that we had. And, you know, you look back and think 2020 in particularly, and then some part of earlier 21, what really tough. And I think if people take a second to see where we are now, because I hear a lot of moaning, tired, I'm busy, and I'm one of them. Look back at where you were maybe 18 months ago, and we're in a lot better, stronger place. And that's all I'm going to say to you before I pass over to Gaz. We're in a better place than what we were this time last year, this time the year before. You know, we were just starting the lockdown scenario, so we're in a strong place. Look forward to seeing Richie from Captain Fawcett and Xavier on Sunday in Leeds, and I wish you all a happy Valentine's weekend. Over to Gary Machin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simon Shaw. Well, of course, coming to the end of show 80, and you know, I'd just like to reiterate what Simon's just said. It's a milestone, 80 episodes, unbelievable. Still getting views, still averaging 60, 70,000 views. Sometimes they go up more. Absolutely fantastic. And to all the people out there and all the people that have watched us tonight, Tammy Reynolds, Nikos, Leanne, all, you know, too many to mention. We've also mentioned some of the guys at the beginning of the show who are there every week for us. It wouldn't be anything without you. Please get in there, give us your comments, your feedback. Ask us any questions that you want to, any guests that you'd like to see on here, any topics covered. If you want to catch any past episodes, go on our podcast as well. You can see our cartoons there. Quick bit of news. We've got the Barbers BBA Digest coming out at the end of the month, so keep an eye out for that. We got some great interviews with Sonny from USA. Hairdresser and Barber Council, David Drew, to name a few. So please keep an eye out for that. But also as well, have a fantastic and spoil those who you love. We're only here once. It's not a trial run. Have a good time. Have a great weekend, and finish it off with a bang on Monday. We'll see you next Friday, hopefully from Spain if I get there on time.
See you all next week. See you guys. Thanks to everybody from Project Men that's watching tonight as well. Don't forget, I've not forgot you. Have a great weekend, everybody. And mwah.
See you later.